Earlier this summer, I was tending my wife's shop, the Black Schooner, down in Community Square, and a lady walked in and she said, just yesterday, I was driving through LaGrange, Georgia, in my car, and I was listening to you sing about flamingos and flamingo, and I thought, wow, I must be famous. I'm played on the radio as far away as LaGrange, Georgia, wherever the heck that is. And she said, no, I was listening to the CD. But there was an Ocracoke sampler CD, and there was this song on there. But how many of y'all have been to Everglades National Park? You been down there? Okay, a few of you. So y'all might know that I'm not making any of this up, but for 25 years, I had a schooner that I sailed winters down in Everglades National Park, and I took people out on bird watching trips and sunset sails. And I worked out of a place called Flamingo, Florida, which is in Everglades National Park. It's right on the very southern tip of the peninsula down there. And of course, the first question that every first-time visitor asks when they get to Flamingo is, where are the flamingos? And the short answer is there aren't any. And a friend of mine and I were down there years ago talking about how not only are there not any flamingos, but if you look at a park map or all the signs for the names of the canoe trails and hiking trails, there are a whole lot of things who are they're names for things that really aren't there at all. And so I decided to write kind of a song. It's a sort of talking blues song, and it goes like this. And I'm not making any of this up. If you have a park map, I used to carry a park map in my pocket when I did this so I could prove to people that I'm not lying about it. I took myself a trip one day down to Flamingo on Florida Bay. Always wanted to see one of them big pink birds, but when I got there, all I found was empty words. Park ranger said, I'm sorry, gringo, but there ain't no flamingos in Flamingo. Well, I bought a drink to drown my cares, and I figured I'd settle for a look at some bears, so I rented a canoe and commenced to take a little cruise up to Bear Lake. Well, that turned out to be a big mistake, because there ain't no bears in Bear Lake. Well, next I decided to spend the day whitewater rafting on Whitewater Bay. When I got up there, I knew I'd been conned, because Whitewater Bay turned out to be a big, flat pond. No whitewater there, not even any current. On the way up there, I was blown away to find there weren't no coots on Coot Bay. Whoever named the place must have been drunk as a coot, because these names turned out to be a real hoot. It all adds up to a lot of confusion, reading them signs and drawing conclusions. I soon learned them signs I was reading could turn out to be quite misleading. Next, I decided to go and see if there were any rabbits on Rabbit Key. When I got out there, I had to take a breather because there weren't no rabbits and no keys neither. It was just another island covered with mangrove trees. I looked at the chart and what did I see? But one of those islands is called Dildo Key. By then I wasn't believing that rap. You couldn't trust the signs, let alone the map. Probably enough said about that one. I saw a sign that said Christian Point. I figured I'd go check out the joint. It was just bugs and mud and poop of pigeon. Time I got out there, about lost my religion. Didn't see any Christians there. Not even so much as a Unitarian. I decided before the dark of night I'd go look at the snakes and snake bite. When I got out there, I sure felt bitter because I didn't see a single reptilian critter. Between the mosquitoes and the slippery mud, I lost about a gallon of blood, but at least I know I got it right when I say there ain't no snakes that snake bite. I just about had it with this crazy park, but I didn't want to leave without seeing the sharks. So on the way back out to Alligator Alley, I stopped off at Shark Valley. Guess how many sharks I saw? Might as well have been in Omaha. It don't make no sense to name somewhere for various things that just aren't there. These folks must have been out in the sun too long, putting these names where they don't belong. Flamingo, Bear Lake, Shark Valley. Man, give me a break. Back where I come from, things make more sense. You can read a sign with confidence and know that what you see wrote down is what most likely will be found. So I headed back home to New York State, where everything is plain and straight. Things always get weird whenever I go very far from my home in